You mentioned all the data, right, shared between subsidiaries, right, between the stakeholders. Let's talk about artificial intelligence there, because we read a lot about discovering patterns, right, even like developing new drugs. And imagine, right, if all the players already on blockchain. Please describe that scenario.
And it's not only with AI, and we can say all the insurance. Can you imagine everything that is changing in this moment with blockchain applied for insurance? Completely different. Why? Because you can create a different product, for example, for a specific disease, an insurance for a specific disease, and you can have all the data that you cannot change, and you can verify their trust. We have a trust ledger that governments, all the stakeholders can have the same information at the same time. So it's another pattern of relationships. And my was analyzing which kind of profile we will have in the next society with blockchain. That, a seller, it's not only a seller, it's a seller that is responsible for all the information that they are offering and all the qualities of the product or the service that they are offering. It's so interesting. It's very hard to create the next stage for healthcare, for insurance. We are talking about pharmaceutical applications. And if you were creating another kind of application, supply chain, and all the stages that you have, that, and now United States, we are almost Black Friday, we are almost Christmas times, and you have problems in Europe, and you have problems here in the United States with the supply chain.
Supply chain. I was waiting when you will bring it up. So how will blockchain will change our supply chains? How the players in that universe are gonna feel the ease of doing business with blockchain? What's that? Yes.
First of all, to share information and to be more efficient, reducing costs. If imagine that a driver started in the starting point to distribute the products, and in each stage, all the documents entry directly on the ledger. And you can verify, and all the stakeholders can see what is happening with this kind of product or driver or collectionable information that you have inside of from the producer. So since the starting point until the end user, imagine that you have a child soup that you will offer to your child in this moment. You can you have traceability. All the, for example, potatoes, that where the potatoes was plant and how the soup was prepared and which kind of ingredients and the expiration date until the end consumer. So everything is in the same. So how we can change everything? We are not talking about, for example, in digital transformation, we are talking about the supply chain, and you asked me how you change. Well, before, how it was organized in the companies, we are having in this moment ERP, we have another kind of structure, CRM, we have our own data sheets for financial staff, we have a lot of small
business process management platform somewhere, right? All the data sources living somewhere, all the legacy applications somewhere. People forget how they work. People who wrote them not longer with companies, and all this complex world you're describing. Yes, chaos. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Yes, and because of your experience with so bright people that comes from SaugaTalks, you
Mm-hmm.
know that it's a real mess inside. And with blockchain, we can change. Because of this, I invited you to read a PECB university from PECB University Canadian basis, an article that I've wrote about how blockchain uh, can catalyze digital transformation. How? Connecting everything, and you cannot provide the same information a couple of times, or creating APIs to integrate everything. It's so easy and so natural when you see a big picture and which kind of information I need.